Welcome to another episode of the Palm Springs Baker. Our guest today is one of the world's most celebrated drag queens who sashayed off the runway and right here into our kitchen. Watch this. After being a longtime fixture of the New York City nightlife scene, she came to international attention as a contestant on season 11 of RuPaul's Drag Race. But before that elite level of stardom, she was in the cast of the Broadway national tour of Hairspray, won 18 titles in various drag pageants, and she and her band Electro Honey released an album and starred in a live opera called The Electric Highway. She also performed in 2 off-Broadway shows, The Orion Experience and Trinkets. If that's not enough, she has released singles and music videos off of her debut EP, Raw and Unfiltered. And since then, she has launched a solo musical career, embarked on domestic and international tours, appeared as both a host and a guest on web series about drag, starred in 2 off-Broadway shows, Raw and Unfiltered, and Stocking Stuffer, a Christmas show with balls. She has gone to produce more songs, more videos, and web content, including her second EP, Love is God, and the music video, Mighty Legendary. In film, she co-starred in God Save the Queens, a feature-length picture that debuted at the Palm Springs International Film Festival in January of 2023. So here she is, Honey Davenport, right in our kitchen. I'm so happy to have you, sweetie.
I'm so excited to be here. I love cooking.
Oh my, do you?
I really, really do.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my God, do you bake as well?
I don't bake as much. I cook a lot, and I have friends over like all the time for dinner.
You love to entertain?
I do.
Oh my God. And look at, we get the real Honey. She's not in drag, but...
I mean, it's leather drag, right?
She is Mr. Palm Springs Leather currently, and thus this garb. You, Honey, you look hot.
Thank you.
Oh my God, kid. Whoa. Oh. Okay, I'll behave myself though.
You don't have to.
Well,
I like to encourage
to?
people misbehaving.
Okay, all right. Okay. Well, you know what we always do on the Palm Springs Baker Show?
What we do?
We started off with a little toast with a martini.
Okay.
So here we go, honey. We'll have a little toast.
Toast, cheers.
There we go. Oh, I made it a little extra strong today.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think we needed that?
It's definitely going to warm up the palate.
Has it got enough vermouth for you?
Yeah.
And it warms up the palate.
Yeah.
Gets your throat nice and, yes. Okay, good.
Yeah, my throat typically stays nice and open.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, moving right along. So you grew up in West Philly.
Yep.
And what was that like?
It was interesting because on one hand, I'm from a family that I know love and supports me and have always been there for me and always protected me. I definitely didn't feel like I was like that vibe. Like I was the vibe of West Philly. I didn't necessarily feel like I was included. I just felt like an outsider.
You did feel like an outsider.
I did. There was something that clicked when I moved to New York, though. When I moved to New York, it was the first time I felt like I experienced like real freedom. You know, like freedom. Like I felt like, you know, within my family, while I felt loved and supported.
Right.
With the minute I moved outside of it, and people experience this no matter where you're from, right? The minute I didn't have those constraints of my family, I felt able to like really express myself.
Well, maybe you felt, honey, like you always just had to be a little careful.
Yeah.
A little careful. Not let yourself just go like we know you can.
Okay.
We've all seen your videos, honey. Okay. I know you can just cut loose.
Okay.
So maybe you had to kind of like always be aware to, okay, I've got to be James, you know, and the son of my parents and all that. But you know what? I also read that your dad came to one of your drag performances after your career really took off, and he was...
Oh, my parents both my parents come to shows and support me, love and appreciate me. They comment on every single thing I post.
I love that. Because you know that doesn't happen for everybody. Well, you went on to be happy. I know you went to New York after Philly, and you went to school at
American Musical and Dramatic Academy, AMDA, yeah.
Kiddo.
Yeah.
You know, that's the big time.
I was definitely right up in the heart of New York City in the big time, at 18 years old, you know, wild and crazy. And I loved it. I loved the freedom of expression that it gave me, but even still then, musical theater started to feel like another container, you know.
Okay.
It started to feel like another box that I was put in. And then I met drag.
Then you met drag.
Then I met drag.
Well, wasn't the first show that you did drag in, was it when you toured in Hairspray?
So yeah, when you toured in Hairspray, there's a couple sections where the guys come on like during the like mother-daughter day. There's not enough girls to be the mothers, so we come on as the mothers. Or there was a particular section, and Without Love, they have these silhouettes, right? Well, there's not enough guys to feel like the idea of a woman's prison that Tracy's in. So there's not enough girls. So they would put guys in a big wig and a bustier, and you're just in silhouette, and you get to do the choreography. Maybe that I would pray that somebody who had one of those tracks would call out. Like, I would go into the show for just that track. Like, for just that part. Y'all need somebody to do Without Love today? It was so much joy to just like be a woman in silhouette. I was dancing with some friends, and very, very famous drag queen who I love and admire and look up to, named Peppermint.
Yes.
Who was also on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yes.
Came up to me, and I was dancing, and she said, I have a show coming up at Lincoln Center.
You're just out at a club dancing.
Just out at a club dancing, just 21-year-old little me. And she's like, I have a club at a show in Lincoln Center. Would you want to come be a backup dancer? And I had just started exploring doing drag, and I just started dibbling and dabbling. And so I was like, 100%, I would love to do it. Cut to, for the next 4 years of my life, not only was I developing my drag persona, but I was also touring the world with Peppermint. So she took me to London, Dublin, Sydney, Berlin, like all those places for the first time. I was her like roadie little dancer, carried extra bags for mama, and I really learned the craft, you know.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But when she came up to you at that club, were you kind of just like crawling out of your skin going, pinch me? Is this real?
Is this real? Right. Yeah, this beautiful drag queen wants me
because
to
you knew of her, of
at
course.
Lincoln Center, yeah.
And then you run into her at a club, and she comes up to you and says, do you want to work with me?
Yeah. Yeah, and then proceeded to take me around the literal world for 4 years.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
So how did the whole RuPaul connection happen?
So, I mean, just like any reality show, I applied several times, 8 to be exact. A lot of my mentors were on the show.
Yeah.
One of them, my drag auntie, so
And you knew some, I mean...
Yeah, I knew tons of them. And I knew tons of my sisters went to the show before me even. And so I definitely always would have put in the application. It seemed like, and I still believe this, it seemed like such a good opportunity to market all of the things that I had been up to at that point anyway.
You've been working hard.
Yeah, for a while.
Honing your craft.
And continually. Like this is my life. Like this is the life I've chosen.
Yes.
Is that work.
You knew that was it. And you were working your tail off. So you went and auditioned and you did it 8 times.
Yeah, I sent in that long audition tape.
Right?
Yeah.
You didn't give up.
You don't give up. You don't let people tell you no to your dreams. Like that's not a thing. That's not a thing we're able to do in this world we live in anymore. You just keep going until you get there. You know, you'll be able to accomplish whatever you want to accomplish if you just keep moving.
Was there a moment when you thought, "Oh, okay, no, whatever, I'm going to do something," or did you just like, "No, this is it. I'm going to make it."
Absolutely. The season I got on, it's so funny. It's so funny. The season I got on, I had submitted 7 tapes, and I had convinced myself that maybe it just wasn't for me. And I was going to be done with that, and take a little time off.
No way.
I was really done, and 3 days before the deadline for the tape, and I don't know any drag queen who knows how hard those tapes are. 3 days before the deadline of the tape, I got called by casting, and they said, "Well, we didn't see your tape this season." And I said, "Well, I wasn't going to submit one. I was going to take a year off." And they're like, "Well, that sucks, because
they wanted you.
This could have been your turn," is what they said, and I was like, "Oh, okay, well then I guess I'm gonna submit one." Right? And when I tell you,
wanted you.
That tape was so authentic because it was so me, because every other time I had been trying to present myself and show who I was, I had 3 days. I had the time to turn to the camera and be like, listen, this is why the fuck you should put me on Drag Race. Period. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts about it, no qualms, no questioning myself, no thinking inside of my head, just me. And so they saw that and I got on.
So that was season 11. Oh my God. Were you just like, I did this, I made it?
It was so wild. It was the same exact experience I had when I got cast in Hairspray.
And when you met Peppermint.
Right, exactly. You know, or when I met Bob Mackie, that's another experience. Whew.
Who?
Bob Mackie. Oh
Yes.
icon. Palm Springs legend.
He's living out here now.
He's living out here now, too.
So you've worked with Bob?
I've met him, but I haven't worked with him. Oh, but the day I met him was even just as life changing as the rest. But there's something about those moments that you never could imagine would really happen for yourself. You just keep working, you just keep moving. Yeah. Sometimes you feel like a cog in a system. You don't know why. You just keep trying. And when it does happen, there's something so blissful about when you reached out for something in the stars and you grabbed it. You know, there's something so powerful. And every time one of those moments has happened in my life, it's been a reminder of, you know, how much power there is in persistence, how much power there is in loving and appreciating the differences between you and other people, and how much power there is in having a family and friend structure that support you.
Yeah. How do you like chocolate cake?
I like chocolate cake a lot.
And you know what we call this cake?
What do we call it?
It has a very special name.
What's it called?
It's called Once You Go Chocolate Cake. How about that? What do you think of that, sweetie?
Once you go chocolate cake.
I know.
I am living proof that that is true.
Oh my God! Oh my goodness, sweetie. Woo! I gotta cool off here a minute. Turn that oven off. It's hot enough in here. I don't even think we need it on, kiddo. Oh. Okay, so we're gonna start out. We're gonna start out, and we're gonna put all of our dry ingredients into a bowl.
Okay.
I'll let you use this little spatula to get them all whisked together. First, we're gonna start with our flour, and then we're gonna add a little baking soda.
Okay.
And a little baking powder. And don't worry about getting all these ingredients down and all the amounts. It's gonna be right on my website, thepalmspringsbaker.com. You can see it right there at the bottom of the screen. So you just keep looking at Honey. He's pretty good to look at, isn't he? I know.
Especially when I got a nice spatula in my hand.
Oh my God. Well, I can imagine what you do with that.
Oh, you can imagine.
Whoa! Oh, sweet stuff. Oh, well, okay. What? Do you want to put it in the bowl?
Okay.
How about that?
So you put it in the big bowl?
Well, you're going to just kind of stir all that up. The spatula in the bowl, and you can just stir all that together so we can incorporate it. Get that all worked together. And then we're going to start getting all of our wet ingredients.
Okay, I like wet ingredients.
You do?
Yeah.
You kind of like a little bit of that. Okay then. Well, you know what? Oh my dear, you just don't stop. So we're gonna put some butter in here. Alrighty. Have you ever used this little tool in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Well, in the kitchen. I don't mean anywhere else.
I just said yes.
You just said yes. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna let you hang on to that.
Okay.
Hang on to that real tight.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna put the brown sugar right in there with the butter. And then start out slow. Start out slow, honey. Real easy. We just don't want the sugar and the butter flying all over, honey. Okay. And we're gonna add to that some eggs. I'm gonna do one at a time.
Okay.
So we'll get another one going in there. There's our second egg. And you know, the egg helps make the cake so moist.
And doesn't also help it rise too, right?
And it helps it rise. Then we're gonna add a little, I hate to even say this, but it's cream. Sour cream, that is.
Okay.
My goodness. Okay.
How's that looking?
I think that looks really good. I know you don't want to stop, but I'm going to make you. We're going to put our cocoa in there. A little bit of espresso.
Ooh.
Do you like espresso?
I love espresso.
Oh, I know. Here's our chocolate.
Put this chocolate
Get
in
that
there.
chocolate in there.
I'm good at getting the chocolate in there.
I bet.
Oh, it's so gooey.
Oh.
So gooey.
Is it gooey? Put about 1.5 cups of boiling water in there, and that's gonna really heat things up, okay? So now you just stir that around. And then if you want to put maybe about a third of that flour dry ingredient mixture in, we're gonna just do it in small amounts. So you want to put a little chocolate in there now? Okay. There we go. We got the vanilla and the chocolate all worked in together. Oh, and now we're gonna go back to the dry ingredient, the flour. There we go, a little bit more of that. We go back and forth and back and forth.
I love that.
Do you like that?
I like putting the vanilla and the chocolate back and forth and back and forth.
Yes! Uh-huh. Okay, here we go. We're gonna incorporate that a little bit. How's this look?
It's looking great.
Do you believe that turned into cake batter?
I can't believe that.
I mean, you know, that chocolate was so rich and runny and creamy, and now we add it with the flour and everything else, and it's just, it's batter.
I love it.
It's batter. I'm gonna grab a couple of cake pans that I have pre-greased.
Okay.
I got them all lubricated.
We like it when they come pre-lubed.
We like it all pre-lubed, ready to go, right? We're gonna pour half of it into each of these 9-inch cake pans. We're gonna put these in the oven.
Okay.
And it'll probably take about 30 minutes or so. Watch them carefully. They'll be in there about 30 minutes at 350 degrees, and then we're gonna check them out. We'll be right back. So, honey, look what we made.
This cake is fabulous.
My God, it baked up for us. We made the frosting, and then with your creative genius, we dolled this thing up.
We put this cake in drag.
Just like you doll yourself up. Oh my God, your mind must just go all over the place
It
creatively.
literally runs.
Well, I can tell. If you can do this with a cake, I can imagine what you can do with yourself. Well, I've seen what you can do with yourself. Oh my God, it's amazing. So, honey, I think it's time we taste this little morsel, don't you?
I'm really ready to dig into this chocolate cake.
Oh my God, I'm gonna cut you a nice thick slice, honey. You get your plate up here, and we'll just slap it on there. How does that look?
It's amazing.
Oh my God. Num num. Now, honey, would you say that's the best chocolate you've ever tasted?
It's definitely up there.
It's up there. Okay. I know you probably had quite a few, but you know. But it's right up there. Well, that makes me feel good.
It's definitely, oh, this is good.
Well, you know what? You have got another release coming out, right, honey?
Yeah.
What is it?
So I'm releasing it's a remix to my single Come to Daddy that I released in October. When I had sent over the remix to my label, they were like, this is actually its own project with its own identity, and it almost feels like I realized a different version of the song. And so they were like, we are going to release this completely separately. So leading up to
They must have loved it.
Oh my God, I loved it. And it's cool because to make the remix, I went back to one of my old school friends in New York who I started DJing with, named DJ David Michael, and I got to collaborate with him on the remix. So like I'm working with somebody who I've worked with for literally over a decade. So it's like all really cool that it's happening this way.
Well, and it just came together. You guys had this, synergy.
Yeah, and then the label was like, hey, so now we're gonna really push this version of it, and this is gonna get the music video for it and everything.
And it's called
Come to Daddy.
And it releases?
It releases on the weekend before Memorial Day weekend.
Okay, so mid-May. Watch for this. Oh my God. Oh my God. And all of your stuff is available out there too, right? Where should they find you?
You can find me on all of my socials and YouTube at Honey Davenport Official, and my exclusive fan sites are Honey_Davenport, if you know where to look for those.
Oh my God. I'm gonna have to look at that. Oh my gosh, honey. Well, you know what? It has just been a delight having you here today.
Thank you.
You're just, you know what? You're just such a good person.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You know, is there something you'd like to say to everybody out there? Like, what can we do to make the world a better place?
Our existence is really the only resistance we need. I think that if there's anything we can do to make the world a better place. It's to exist as authentically as you possibly can and be open to have conversations without animosity with people who have a difference in opinion.
So well said. Oh my God. It's a lot like the line we always end every show with. Be good.
Or be good at it.
Oh, I love that. Be good or be good at it.
Okay.
Be you and bake.